Hello and welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are reviewing, in my idea, a hidden gem. Because the reason you're seeing my face is because I chose this movie. Now, we're going to be reviewing Mo Better Blues, a Spike Lee joint that honestly I've never seen before. And the truth is, I picked this movie because I said, hey, Google Bard, give me a list of Spike Lee joints. And then I saw this. I didn't recognize it. So I said, all right, let's see it. And then you know who I saw in the picture? Denzel. Anything with Denzel is popping. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything else. You already know. You feel me? Anyway, let's introduce our co-host tonight. Now, from left to right. Hello! E-Boogie in the house. What's popping? How you doing? I love all the energy, girl. You look like you did some jumping jacks. That energy is popping. What's good?
I'm feeling good. I managed to eat dinner because we're running late. That works out every time.
Sorry, that's my fault. You know I'll be the late.
No. I appreciate that because usually I go into these hangry. But now I've got the snacks, so I'm all right.
Okay, nice. Okay, great. And also joining us is Mike Knox. What's popping?
What's going on? Y'all ain't been here in a while. Yeah, the sneakers. You feel better? So, listen, I saw this movie and I came a running. Y'all said Spike Lee joints. I couldn't sign up fast enough. So, I can't wait to talk about this movie I haven't seen in 25 years.
Wait, now, is Chris joining us?
He's supposed to be, but I think it's going to be a little late.
Should I? Okay. So, he's just going to jump in later. All right. So, like I said, I picked this because I never saw it. Everybody always talks about Do the Right Thing when it comes to Spike Lee joints. That's literally the go-to. This I never saw. And I was pleasantly surprised because, man, this was awesome. This was, in my opinion, very progressive and, like, really trying to show, like, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, you know what I mean? And then topping it off with a little bit of Huxtable. Like, I enjoyed that. You know what I mean? Like, it was good. It was
What's
good.
A little bit of Huxtable? I'm just curious.
You know what I mean? Like, no, at the end, they became like, the great family.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I yeah, I was running actually, because that's why I'm glistening. That's funny. Yeah, I was. But anyway, this movie was a lot of fun. And you know what? I realized that I love to do. I love to get drunk with old black people because they play the dozens. The way that these guys were cutting on each other had me rolling. I was dying. I was rewinding this movie just every time they were just getting on each other, making fun of each other and all of that. And that's a testament to like the friendship that they had from the very beginning, because mind you, they were yelling out. And honestly, I kind of miss that. Mm-hmm. Like when you go to your friend's house and you yell out the window, like come, and then their mother comes out like, stop yelling out my window. I miss that stuff. I'm not gonna lie, because now the kids, they all text each other, just talk.
Yeah, come on outside.
Yeah, like all of that. I mean, like no, I mean, and mind you, I was talking to somebody today talking about that. Like I miss seeing the kids outside playing double dutch and manhunt and tag and all of that. Like all of that is non-existent unless it's in the park under surveillance. But anyway, I'm rambling because I don't want to give too much about this movie because there was so much. It was a lot. I mean, it was the drama, the love story, the abuse, the manipulation, the greed. It's just everywhere, all over was in this movie. Like this was really a good one, and I really wonder why it's under the radar.
I don't know if it's under the radar. I guess comparatively to Do the Right Thing, it's definitely not. It's definitely in its shadow. I think when people think Spike Lee in relation to greatest films, that Do the Right Thing comes up and would it's just more well known, I think, than this film. But I do agree it is a hidden gem. I think what Spike Lee does well is really make you feel like you're a part of the scene. You feel very in it and close and intimate with all of the characters, and there's something about the camaraderie between everyone on screen and just the familiarity that feels very sincere. I think something about his direction just creates this energy and vibe. Everybody just gets into like full method acting, like probably going beyond what they normally would do under different circumstances. I'll say this: Denzel is going Denzel, right? He brings a certain suaveness to whatever he takes on. Any of the roles that he's played, even the ones where he's kind of like an action person, he just brings this energy to it that's very masculine and very commanding of a room, no matter what room he's in. But there's something about him in Spike Lee movies that just feels I feel very connected to. I feel like this is the epitome of manhood. I feel it like it's very vulnerable in some instances, but not in a way that makes me see weakness, but in a way that makes me see, oh, there's maturity here. There's a certain sophistication to this character. And he does that very well with his male protagonists. It's his main characters that are portrayed as, you know, just what a man is. He does that very well. In this film, I do get the sense that he's both portraying how complex Bleek is, but also very, very much so pointing a finger at how your focus and your passion can push you to a point of being selfish and push you to a point of blindness to people around you that are not going to continue to benefit your goals. I think that he let Giant slide so much and felt this blind loyalty to him that he just couldn't escape. Maybe it was something about him that felt like, I don't know, centered and just, you know what you're getting. So it's predictable. It's something that you feel like you can contain on the side, like, but this is your mainstay. Everyone else is kind of like trying to get in between you and the music or trying to decenter your passions and your values. And so I don't know, maybe there's something there, but his strong alliance with Giant really only emphasized how selfish he is and kind of dumb. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. It was baffling seeing myself attached to this very focused character, like I said, macho, but in a way that it is approachable and is desirable, but also like so irritating in that what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? What are these decisions? Look at how you're talking to people. Like, it's just so insufferable. So it's like, I don't know, but I think this character's he came out to be a lot more than I anticipated going into the film. This is my first time watching it. Definitely deserves a second watch. But yeah, another thing I do want to touch on is Spike Lee does a really good job of creating an atmosphere of familiarity to me as a person. Like I get to see children playing in the neighborhood and how a family is, their dynamic on like a routine day, like a day in the life of what their household is like. And it just feels very familiar to me as a Black person and as somebody who, you know, hung out with the neighborhood kids, played out in the street. I'm still from the generation that did play outside. So I remember what that was like. And I think I appreciate that every time Spike Lee seems to inject whatever that atmosphere into his films, and I appreciated that here.
One of the best things to me about Spike Lee films and Spike Lee joints, as he refers to them as, is that it's the line from Tupac he got me feeling like black was the thing to be. Spike Lee came in an era where Do the Right Thing, E Boogie, is so widely his most popular movie because this world we live in loves controversy of racism. And that showed that at an all-time level. And he exploited that in being able to show New York side of that thing, which is when, you know, if you live in New York, you know how that is with the tie-ins and the Puerto Ricans and how that whole thing goes. But you touched on something before you ended, and that was the kids in this movie. First of all, shout out to Bud from the Cosby Show right there. And then him as a kid, you know, having, well, I got to play this stupid trumpet. I want to go play baseball. I can't ever have no fun. Like, was just that's how the movie started, and I knew it was going to be a great movie from then. And I saw this movie in 1990 in the movie theaters. Didn't sit well with me then. I didn't understand it then. I'm now, 25 years plus that this movie's coming out, and I see it from a whole different perspective now. As you said out, and excuse my language when I say this on the way out later in the program, when he says it's a dick thing. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there like, it can be that way, but at the same time, it can be a Uchi Wally Wally thing too. It goes both ways. And I think that this cast, first of all, shout out to the cast, Robin Harris. If you know him from Pops, if you don't know him, you should know him from Pops, at least from House Party. But I mean, this cast, Wesley Snipes. I never get to say his name right, and I'm gonna Google it real fast because I know his damn name, and I'm mad. I can't ever put Lee Esposito. I never say his name right. He's in Star Wars now. Giancarlo Esposito. Okay, I know him best again from Do the Right Thing. Who told you to move on my side of the block? And Brownstone. Like, who'd have thought this kid from Do the Right Thing would be who he's become today? You know what I mean? In the world of acting, he's rumored to be casted as Magneto coming out. He's also now in Mandalorian as the second dopest bad guy that Star Wars ever had, next to Darth Vader and Darth Sidious. It's just amazing how Spike in this time would put these people together, mix these personalities, and then get the greatest actors that we've ever seen in black culture, from Ruby Davis to Ozzy D to Wesley Snipes, if you want to call him, great. But Samuel Jackson, he got a lot of his early starts because of movies like Mo Better Blues. And just to watch this movie and to juggle these two women, I put this up because this scene was so crazy to me. He got them in the club with the same dress on, the same earrings on. And you call one, Indigo, and you call the other one Clark. Like, how can you get their names confused? Just so confused. And then what I love most about this film, like, Wesley's giving her the pipes. And anybody know about Wesley Pipes? As he's Wesley giving it to her, the phone rings and she's ready to stop. Like, she don't really want Wesley. He's just an alternative because he was these things. He was charming. He was this. He was that. But he was also an asshole. You know what I mean? He was also chauvinistic.
Here's the thing, though. Everybody was brutally honest with each other.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that. You don't really have that anymore because you're really, like, a lot of people now are just looking for the bullshit, right? But the thing is that I don't know if it was the time, but everybody was brutally honest with each other about everything that was going on, whether they liked it or didn't like it or how it made them feel or anything like that, right? But everybody was brutally honest with each other. That whole thing about it's a dick thing, we all know that's the truth, right? But the thing is, you got to make choices.
I don't know about that.
No, you have to make choices. You have to make choices. You have to make choices in life. In life, you have to make choices. You know this. We all know this. That's the truth. You have to make choices. You know what I mean? You could choose. Listen, you know what? I mean, shut up. But everybody's laughing because those are the facts.
No, I'm laughing because she laughed so hard. You say everybody. Like, I don't know about a beat a dick thing.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth. Listen, if a man could get away with it, he would jump in every single pool that he get his hand. Facts. You feel what I'm saying? But and you have to be civilized, and you have to regulate yourself, and and commit, and that's the truth, and that's the reality of life. Nobody's gonna say that, but that is the truth, and I appreciate it. That he actually had the balls to be like, listen, this is what it is, right?
But he didn't, though.
But here's the thing. The problem is,
he lied to Clark. He lied to Indigo. He lied to these women. Didn't you tell me you love me? No.
He told her that he cared.
Yeah. I mean, he was being deceitful, and as a man who used to be a deceitful man, he was being deceitful to these women. That's a fact of the story.
Deceitful? How's he being deceitful?
Because he was lying to them.
He was telling them from the beginning, like, listen, this is my situation. Because the reason why I feel like he did that is because they clearly knew about each other.
Yeah.
But
They clearly, there was no woman's intuition had to come into play here.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
we'll
Like,
hold
they
that thought.
clearly knew what was popping.
We'll hold that thought that as E gets prettier on air, we'll be right back with what we got coming up this week on Unpopular Review, Entertainment, and more.
Please, baby, please, baby, please, baby, 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 please.
No, check this out. Nola was something special. She had this amazing effect on men.
I was the best thing that ever happened to Nola, darling. Ask her, she'll tell you that herself. Why, she worshipped me.
I've never seen anybody who like to look at themselves more than you do. Don't you ever get tired?
Never happened, baby.
So you bugging out, right? You're gonna go? You're gonna go? You're gonna go?
Do you expect him to make it out? A $14 million bounty on his head. And everyone in the city wants a piece of it. I say the odds are about even. Doc, 5 seconds.
John Wayne, excommunicado in effect in 3,
2,
1.
and away we go.
And that's what's coming up later this week, next week actually, on Unpopular Review Entertainment. You can always go back and watch some of our other reviews, Terminator, Indecent Proposal, you name it, we watch them. You don't want us to watch them, or you want us to watch them? Comment below, let us know. We'll watch them. She's got to have it. Don't get confused next week, E-Boogie, and go watch the TV show on Netflix. All right? Because the show was pretty good too, in my opinion. But we're probably talking about it another time. Back to you, Vic.
No. I mean, what was we talking? Oh yeah. So, when it comes to people being honest, I just appreciated that, because then they had the opportunity to accept the conditions or not. He, even though like he was being incredibly selfish and constantly just guarding himself from people, when it came to that situation, like everybody was just brutally honest. Even Shadow, and mind you, like clearly
They were all childhood friends too.
Yeah, and mind you, and the thing is that he knew what Shadow was up to.
He did, yo.
And I'm not gonna lie, I love Shadow. He felt so Nino.
He was 100% Nino.
He was Nino in this.
He just took G-Money's girl.
Wow, facts, bro. What?
Listen, I'm sorry to just bring this up again, yo, but he was really giving it to her, yo. But
Yes,
I'm like,
he
he's
was.
not, because she straight stopped to look at the phone. And I just stood out to me like, damn, I thought Winston was putting in work. No, he wasn't. Because she heard that phone ring, heard my man's voice. She heard Bleek's voice and was like, I leave my bed.
No, but
Yikes.
hey, it ended up working out. So but still, like all of that drama. Here's the thing that I love the most, and I don't think we've ever seen this in another movie, is Denzel busted up. And right after he got busted up, all that drama went out.
Well, you did see get his ass put by Ice-T in New Jack City, right?
No, that was Wesley Snipes getting his ass beat. I'm talking about
Denzel okay.
getting beat.
Did you not see?
I've never seen.
You never seen Ricochet?
No.
Oh, brother, go watch Ricochet.
Okay. Because I've never seen this is the first
Because
time
Denzel
I've
gets
seen
his ass
Denzel.
whipped?
Yo,
That's the
he's
first
a
time
cop
I ever
becomes a
seen
district
Denzel
attorney.
with lumps and in a hospital, and you know what I mean. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh wow, okay, wow.
He got his ass whipped in Glory.
Oh yeah, but he was. Come on, you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
Wow.
Don't do that.
I know. I'm kidding. That was rough. Yes,
People
that
use
was
them as
rough.
the meme, but people use them as the memes, yo. I feel like that's not a funny meme, but I don't know why it's funny right now.
Sometimes it be accurate though, but yeah, they busted Denzel up good. I was I'm not gonna say offended, but I felt the devastation behind that, and especially in that debut performance after healing. That was earth shattering. Like, wow, gut wrenching. I can't imagine being so invested in something, like it being like a core value to put this thing over everything else, and then losing that ability, losing that thing that really is your motivation for living. That was especially really rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I loved about that though?
What you loved about it was that
right after that, he realized exactly what he really had. It took him. I mean, it's unfortunate that it took him, that it had to go that route. You know what I mean? Because it's a situation like, yo, you should have appreciated when she was, you know what I mean? When she was hitting you up and calling you and trying to heal you and trying to help you. But, you know,
he had nothing to offer Clark anymore at that point.
No, he didn't.
So
She had what she needed.
Yeah.
I know we got to get out of here.
Be cared for.
So before we give our thumbs up, thumbs down, I want to say, you know, to me, the best part of this movie is Spike Lee, Denzel, Wesley, Joey Lee, which played Indigo, who's in all his movies, Giancarlo Esposito, Samuel Jackson, Bradford Marcellus is in this movie. Ben Nunn, may he rest in peace, is in this movie. Charlie Murphy, may he rest in peace in this movie. Okay, Diane Carroll in this movie. Like, Spike Lee does a great job at making me feel proud to be Black. I miss it. And I know some people are going to hate when I say this and then they cross-reference them. I encourage Black people to give Tyler Perry a chance. They're not all Medea. If you even go through a Medea movie and you get past Medea, there's such a great Black story to, you know, but at least in the community in the South where I'm from. So just wanted to say that. Did I say Bill Nunn? Did I say his name wrong?
I thought you said Ben.
Did I say Bill Nunn? I might have. You know, I'm old. So, but I definitely meant Bill Nunn. So thank you. So thumbs up, thumbs down, Vic Damone Jr.
Well, one more thing.
Yeah.
Butterbean had me rolling in this movie. He had me, everything that was just coming out of his mouth was just extra funny. Man, just one, y'all niggas look like you about to burn up some cornflakes.
That man said, he said something about the nun, that he just kept going, none of this, none of that. I'm so horny, I can fuck the crack of dawn. Listen, people don't understand his humor. Before there was Andrew Dice Clay, listen, Robin Harris is tremendous. And I know we live in a world today where things are not accepted. That was accepted. But I hate to say it, comedies will always be subjective. You know what I mean? And it depends on what nationality he's coming from. Certain things Kevin Hart can say, and you know that certain that Rob, George Lopez can say. Yeah,
I mean, you know what? I gotta be honest. I think that the level of offense has never necessarily changed. I think that people just have platforms to complain more now.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think that people have always been offended by things. Yeah. But like now that we can complain, people are scared of.
Well, you did pick Police Academy, and there was movies when I was a kid. I wasn't offended by Police Academy. Watching it when we rewatched it, there were certain scenes I was like, as I get this word from you, E Boogie, I ain't gonna lie, was cringeworthy. Like I was certain parts of Police Academy I would watch and go, "Oh, we thought that was funny back then." Do you know? That's why I always tell people we're smarter entertainment fans today than we were 25 years ago. And it's not, that's the complaints of y'all. I agree with you on that. People they have a platform, they're gonna bitch to be bitching, but we know better.
I mean, like, you know what? Here's the truth, though. Like, and I was talking to you the other day about All in the Family, and watching All in the Family and watching that entire series and seeing what the point was. After seeing that, I definitely see how far we've come. You know what I mean? Because the amount of racism and the amount of just
between him and George Jefferson, absolutely.
Yeah, no, here's the truth. I never knew that Black people were called spades before.
Wow, that's
until I watched that show. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I had no idea. I never said that because he was just saying this shit out in the open, and I'm like, really? That was a thing? Yeah. You know what I mean? But mind you, I'm 40, so I've been around. I'm born and raised in this country, so like that's a term I've never heard before, used that way. You feel what I'm saying? Unless people were actually playing spades. You feel what I'm saying? So like when I saw that, I was just like, yo, wow, okay.
Twice.
What?
You didn't said the N-word, you didn't call them spooks and spikes and spades.
I'm just saying it's the context that matters.
I know that. Let me
The
stop. I
context
know that.
of
I know
it.
you're
But
trying to.
anyway.
If you come back and watch all the show, there's pre-text and post-text. It's like the Bible or the Quran. People don't come on one part and think we're racist. No, we're just calling it what it is. It's just entertainment.
This was.
I know you're
amazing because like you know what? Of course. Because look at the end, one thing that I realized what he was doing is that he was glorifying the black family. You know what I mean? Which is something that like gets a push. Look, here's the truth. As a Latino, right? Black people know what they see when they see my face. Me and my girl, right? We're a representation of black love. They don't know anything about us until we speak Spanish. You understand that?
Well,
so we are a representation
for like
of that.
6 months, I thought you were black.
Of course, because you're not gonna. Si yo me pongo a hablar español, tú no me vas a entender nada. You're not gonna understand anything that I say, so I can only speak English. But the thing is that walking around, holding this woman's hand. I know what I represent. I know what people see. I know what's popping. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is just that what happened at the very end when he had the house and the whole thing where he was letting the boy go have fun, you know what I mean? It came back full circle and he had his family. I thought that was beautiful. So of course I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Oh, we knew that. What about you, E Boogie? You said it needs a second watch.
It definitely needs a second watch. I think this was not made for me, but I do appreciate the artistic value that this movie entails, specifically with lighting. That how they use lighting in this different dramatic scenes to really get you. Just rouse you and make you feel the emotions that are happening on camera with the people. I mean, it's a work of art. It's definitely a great work of art. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Well, typically when we're all together doing a review, we all give thumbs ups, right? So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up too. Like I'm with Vic on this one. No spoiler alert there. You know what I mean? Anytime I get a Spike Lee joint, it's very hard to say a Spike Lee movie's bad. It just really is. From his unique style of when they're walking and how the camera sits still, but everything behind them is moving, to the spin around of it. Like you said, the lighting. Certain Spike Lee movies, they pull you in. If you're a fan of Snowfall, it's that kind of John Singleton, that era of directors that knows how to grab you and pull you into a scene. And Spike did that so well. This is not necessarily a person and Denzel's character. Bleek that I actually like as a person, you know what I mean? At all. Like this, it's very outside of Training Day. What other movie can you say you hated Denzel Washington and you didn't really like him as a person in it? This is one of them. He played a bad guy, to me anyway. I have a wife and daughters and mothers and grandmothers, you know what I mean? And you just don't treat women the way that I think that he treated women. But the cast, the acting, the directing, it's a great film. I think everybody should see it. I'm not saying it's an world's greatest movie, but a good movie. Thumbs up for me, definitely.
I'll tell you one thing. I think this is a great movie to help somebody stop gambling.
Because you'll get your ass beat.
Oh, the makeup on that
no
Giant.
Budget. No budget.
Well, it looks bad to me. It looked bad to me.
No budget. Let's see real fast. I wonder how much this movie cost and made real fast. I always like to give those stats. I should have looked before. I apologize. It cost $10 million to make. It cost.
Wow.
You got to think that's
that cast.
Salaries.
With that cast, damn.
And it grossed 16 million, close to 17 million.
You know what though?
So it made its money back. That's not bad for 1990. We're talking about maybe 24 theater, maybe 50 to 7,500 theaters tops. We're talking 1990 for a black film. This isn't like now. If a movie comes out, we can go to. I'm around by 5 movie theaters. I can go see any one of these 5 movie theaters are going to have the same movies in them. Back then, they didn't. So you got this movie here. You wouldn't get this movie if it's at Regal. It wasn't at cinema. So 16 million, kind of a flop in today's world because it cost $10 million, but it made its money back, and that's all executives look for. So it's a success, and I think this cast is a success. And I think you watch this film and the people that were in it. I said it again, go watch every Spike Lee joint. Like you said, next week we got She's Gotta Have It, which I believe is Spike Lee's first ever movie.
Oh wow,
Okay.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that was his first movie. His second one was Do the Right Thing. That was his second film, was Do the Right Thing. She's Gotta Have It as his very first movie. So next week, we'll be back here next Thursday for She's Gotta Have It. Come back next Tuesday as we bring you John Wick 3. Okay, that is the lovely, beautiful Eve. Look at that hair, y'all. Boom. I'm going to see Beyonce in August, y'all. And that is my, yeah, I'm going. My wife says, you don't come home with me. She went throwing spells on you. I'm going to be all spelled the fire. I'm going to be cuffing it when I come home. Okay. And then my man, Victor Moan Jr. up in the top. And I'm like, knock, y'all. We are out of here. Fingers.